All right, so let's dive into Solana today.
That's good.
You sent us this Motley Fool article.
Okay.
It's from March 1st, 2025, so pretty recent.
Mm-hmm.
And the title is pretty dramatic. Is it the end of the road for Solana?
Yeah, right out of the gate, huh?
Yeah, and as we dig into the content, though, some of these concerns are pretty valid.
Yeah, it is interesting how they kind of paint this somewhat bleak picture.
Right.
But they also touch on some of Solana's strengths,
Yeah.
like its speed and low transaction fees,
Right.
especially compared to some of the bigger players like Ethereum and Cardano.
Sure.
And then they also highlight some potential growth areas like AI, which is really exciting.
Yeah, so we've got this push and pull, this tension between what's going wrong and what could go right
Exactly.
for Solana.
Yeah.
So the article brings up some serious challenges, particularly its connection to meme coins.
Okay.
And this upcoming event called a supply unlock.
Right.
So let's kind of break this down a little bit.
Sure.
The article refers to Solana as the biggest casino for betting on meme coins.
Yeah. I think to really understand that, you have to start with understanding that Solana's low transaction costs really make it attractive for people who are looking to just make a quick buck.
Right.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
So in other words, the same features that make Solana attractive to legitimate projects,
Right.
That speed, that affordability,
Yes.
could also be attracting these kind of questionable
For sure.
meme coin schemes and pump and dumps.
Exactly. And remember, meme coins are often driven by hype and trends,
Right.
rather than, any real underlying value.
Yeah.
So that just creates the perfect storm for these pump and dump schemes to thrive.
I'm thinking back to that story of Argentina's president endorsing that Libra coin on Solana.
yeah.
And it crashed 94% almost overnight.
Oof, that's a tough one.
It's just one example of how these things can go so wrong so quickly.
Yeah, and what's really concerning is how these events impact investor trust,
Right?
not just in Solana, but in the broader crypto market as well.
Yeah.
These headlines really scare away serious investors who are looking for that long-term stability.
It's like one step forward, two steps back.
Right.
Solana gains some traction for its technology, but then gets hit by another meme coin controversy.
Yeah, it seems to be a recurring theme.
But it's not just about meme coins.
Okay.
This supply unlock is another big concern.
Right.
And it sounds pretty technical.
Imagine a dam, holding back millions of gallons of water,
Okay.
and suddenly those gates open, and all that water comes rushing out.
Yeah.
That's kind of what a supply unlock is like, except instead of water, it's Solana tokens.
Okay.
So these tokens were initially locked up, held by early investors and developers, and now they're about to become available for sale all at once.
Okay, so we've got millions of Solana tokens suddenly hitting the market.
Yep.
What impact does that have?
It's simple economics, really. An influx of supply without a corresponding increase in demand.
Right.
That can drive prices down potentially pretty dramatically.
Okay.
And this isn't the first time Solana's had a large supply unlock either.
Really?
The article mentions that it's been criticized in the past for the size of these unlocks
Interesting.
and the uncertainty it creates in the market.
So it's not just FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There's a historical precedent here
Right.
that's adding to the anxiety.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
Some investors would argue that these large unlocks create this unnecessary volatility, which can deter people who are looking to make long-term investments.
Yeah.
So it feeds into that perception of Solana being risky.
So if I'm understanding correctly, Solana's battling two major issues right now.
Yeah.
A reputation for being a meme coin casino and the looming threat of this supply unlock potentially tanking the price even further.
That's a good summary, yeah.
Okay.
But the article isn't all doom and gloom, though. There are some glimmers of hope, some counter-arguments that are worth exploring.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me more about this potential upside.
Okay, so let's start with the possibility of Solana being included in exchange-traded funds, or ETFs.
ETF.
These are essentially baskets of assets that are traded on stock exchanges.
Okay.
So they make it a lot easier for traditional investors to get involved.
So hypothetically, if Solana was included in a prominent ETF,
Right.
wouldn't that make it much easier for someone to invest in Solana
Exactly.
without having to, directly purchase the tokens on a crypto exchange?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
And with that ease of access comes a level of legitimacy and exposure
Right.
that Solana really lacks right now.
Yeah.
So this could attract a whole new wave of investors, including institutional investors.
Interesting.
Who've been kind of hesitant so far to enter the crypto market.
So ETFs could be a big win?
It could be, yeah.
But what about this U.S. cryptocurrency repository mentioned in the article?
Oh, yeah.
What is that and why is it important?
So picture a centralized platform where institutions can securely store and manage their crypto holdings.
Okay.
Like a digital Fort Knox, built specifically for crypto assets.
Wow. Okay, I get it. But how does Solana factor into all of this?
Well, the idea is still in its early stages.
Right.
But if Solana was chosen as one of the supported cryptocurrencies, it would signal a massive vote of confidence from the U.S. government.
Okay.
So that could lead to wider adoption.
Right.
Not just by institutions, but also by individuals who see it as kind of a stamp of approval.
So we've got ETFs and a potential U.S. crypto repository, both of which could significantly boost Solana's credibility.
Yeah.
Attract more mainstream investment.
For sure.
That's definitely some positive news to counter the negativity surrounding meme coins and the supply unlock.
It is, yeah, but there's more. We're not even talking about Solana's core strengths yet.
All right, its technological advantages over its rivals.
Exactly. Let's get into that.
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about what Solana does well. Okay.
The article highlights its speed and low transaction fees as major advantages. I feel like we hear this all the time in the crypto world, though.
Yeah.
Can you put this into perspective for me?
Sure.
Why should anyone care about Solana's speed compared to, let's say, Ethereum?
Imagine trying to buy a cup of coffee with Ethereum.
Okay.
You might be waiting, 10 minutes for that transaction to process and then get hit with a $5 fee on top of that.
Not a great experience.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But with Solana, that same transaction would be practically instant and cost just a few pennies.
Wow.
So that speed and affordability make a huge difference, especially when you start thinking about real-world applications beyond just buying and selling crypto.
But we're talking about things like micropayments.
Exactly.
In-app purchases. Yeah. Even more complex transactions like those needed for DeFi.
Absolutely. Solana's architecture is designed to handle a high volume of transactions quickly and efficiently. So it's really appealing for developers who are building this next generation of decentralized applications.
For sure. And then there's that whole AI angle.
Right.
Which seems to be gaining a lot of traction.
Yeah. What's so special about Solana when it comes to artificial intelligence?
Well, Solana is emerging as a key player in AI infrastructure.
Okay.
We're seeing developers build platforms that allow complex AI models to run directly on the Solana blockchain. Okay. So they can take advantage of its speed and cost effectiveness.
So instead of these AI models being hosted on centralized servers, they could essentially be powered by a decentralized network.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And this has huge implications for data privacy, transparency, and even the security of these AI systems.
It could revolutionize the way we develop and interact with AI.
It really could.
It's kind of mind-blowing to think about, honestly.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
But let's zoom back out for a moment.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground. The good, the bad, and the potentially groundbreaking.
For sure.
It seems like Solana is at a crossroads.
I agree. It's a classic case of high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
On the one hand, you have these challenges that could potentially derail Solana's progress.
Right.
The meme coin scandals, the upcoming supply unlock, and just the overall volatility of the crypto market in general.
And on the other hand, there's this incredible potential for growth.
There is.
Driven by its technological advantages, emerging applications in AI.
Yeah.
And the possibility of mainstream adoption through ETFs and even this U.S. crypto repository.
Exactly.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is. It is. And ultimately, the question of whether Solana is a good investment is one that you have to answer for yourself.
You do.
What factors should someone be considering trying to make that decision? What questions should they be asking themselves?
I think first and foremost, you need to be realistic about your risk tolerance.
Okay.
Crypto is a volatile asset class.
And Solana, with its current challenges, might be considered even riskier than some of its more established counterparts.
So if someone's really averse to risk, Solana might not be the best fit for their portfolio right now?
Probably not. But if you're comfortable with higher risk and you believe in the long-term potential of Solana's technology, then it might be worth exploring further.
Okay.
But you need to do your due diligence.
Absolutely. Do your research.
Yes.
Read articles like this one from The Motley Fool.
For sure.
Explore different perspectives. And most importantly, think critically.
Couldn't agree more.
Don't just jump in blindly because of hype or fear.
Right.
Take the time to understand the technology, the market dynamics, and the potential risks and rewards.
Exactly. And remember, never invest more than you can afford to lose.
That's a good reminder.
A fundamental rule of investing,
Yeah.
especially in the crypto world.
Okay, I think we've covered the key points from the article.
I think so.
But before we wrap up, I want to bring it back to this idea of the meme coin casino.
Right.
And how it's impacting Solana's image. It's clearly a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what if this is just a phase? A growing pain that Solana has to go through to reach its full potential.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
It's possible that these scandals, while damaging in the short term, could ultimately force Solana to mature and become a more responsible platform.
What if these controversies lead to stricter regulations, more robust security measures, and a greater focus on attracting legitimate projects and developers?
That could be a positive outcome.
Yeah.
Increased regulation is often seen as a double-edged sword in the crypto world.
Right.
Some view it as stifling innovation, while others see it as a necessary step toward wider adoption and mainstream acceptance.
Yeah, it's like a balancing act. You know?
It is.
Finding that sweet spot between innovation and regulation.
Right.
Too much regulation, and you stifle creativity and growth too little, and you risk attracting the wrong kind of attention. Like we're seeing now with these meme coin scams.
Exactly. It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Right.
But one thing is for sure, this whole meme coin phenomenon, it's really exposed some vulnerabilities in the crypto space. Not just for Solana, but for other platforms as well.
So what does this all mean for someone who's listening right now, trying to decide whether or not to invest in Solana?
Right.
What's the takeaway?
I think the most important takeaway is that Solana is a project with both tremendous potential and significant risks. The technology is innovative, the team is talented, and the potential applications are vast. But the challenges are real. And investors need to approach Solana with a clear understanding of both sides of the coin, so to speak.
That's such a good way to put it.
You know?
It's like we've been flipping this coin throughout our deep dive. Examining both sides.
Exactly.
On one side, we see the innovation, the speed, the potential for disruption. But when we flip it over, we see the volatility, the scams, the uncertainty surrounding this supply unlock.
It's true. And it's crucial to remember that the crypto landscape is constantly evolving. What's true today might not be true tomorrow. Solana could overcome these obstacles and become a dominant force. Or it could struggle to shake off its current reputation and fade into obscurity.
It's almost impossible to predict what the future holds for Solana. But what we can do is arm ourselves with knowledge. Read articles like the one from The Motley Fool.
For sure.
Explore different perspectives, and most importantly, think critically.
Absolutely.
Don't just blindly follow the hype or succumb to fear. Take the time to understand the technology, the market dynamics, the potential risks and rewards.
Exactly.
Only then can you make an informed decision about whether or not Solana is the right investment for you.
And remember, even if you decide not to invest, the story of Solana is a fascinating case study. In the evolution of the crypto space.
It really is.
It's a microcosm of the challenges and opportunities that exist in this emerging technology.
It highlights the importance of community, regulation, and responsible innovation.
For sure.
And it reminds us that the future of finance, and indeed many other industries, will likely be shaped by these advancements in blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies.
Well said. I think we've given our listener a lot to think about today.
I think so, too.
This deep dive has been a journey.
It has.
Exploring both the exciting possibilities and the sobering realities of Solana.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with one final thought. What if, despite all the challenges, this meme coin phase proves to be a catalyst for positive change? What if it forces Solana to address its vulnerabilities, strengthen its security, and ultimately emerge as a more robust and trustworthy platform?
That's certainly a possibility. And if that happens, it could set a precedent for the entire crypto industry,
right,
paving the way for a future where decentralized technology is not just innovative, but also secure, reliable, and accessible to everyone.
It's an exciting prospect to consider.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Solana.
My pleasure.
It's been an enlightening conversation.
The pleasure was all mine. Until next time.